Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Rate and Debate Show. What an eventful Saturday afternoon in the city of Liverpool. Normally Saturday afternoon 3 p.m. kickoffs are fairly boring and straightforward and mundane, aren't they? We just want to get the winning out of there. But quite the afternoon, Holmes. Hope you managed to get all that in.
Yeah, it was hard keeping up with the goals, man. Yeah, I did not expect that, to be honest, after the start we've had. To be honest, I would have taken a 1-0 off Nat Phillips' forehead or something like that. But 9 goals, wow! And I really wanted that 10th. We were being really selfish. Really.
Yeah. Oh gosh, drunk Vigo says we're winning the league, boys. Yeah, you may be drunk at this stage, but listen, you know, you never know. Firmino was on smoke. Unlucky for Salah not to bag. Great performance from the boys. It was SS's close game. Good, just Bournemouth. Laugh my ass off. Well, we can only beat what's in front of us, right? It's not about Bournemouth. It's not about Man City. It's not about whoever was in front of us. It's all about how we performed, how we got back, sort of the good feel factor around the club, around the players, around the fans, even, right? That's what it was about today.
It was Anfield was rocking, and it weren't just rocking from the start. The whole game it was loud, which is probably needed. I said it about a week ago. We really need Anfield to really in these next 2 games, Bournemouth and Newcastle, really get behind and urge them 6 points over the line to kickstart our season. But boy, they urged the season to start because.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. Obviously, we couldn't tell the atmosphere. Me and Blue Chip done an amazing watch along. It was brilliant. It was hilarious. So obviously, we have to keep the volume off. But you're saying that you could tell the atmosphere was great, right?
Yeah, when we scored the 9th, the crowd were going, "We want 10, we want 10." It was pretty funny, but yeah, the atmosphere was going the whole time, and that's something you want from Anfield because 3 p.m. at home to Bournemouth,
yeah,
it's just not the atmospheric game. But fair play to them, they really got behind the boys, and the boys delivered, and that is a big kick up the backside. Well, I imagine Klopp would have kicked them up the backside this week, and absolutely rattled in that performance for them. So yeah, we'll get into the ratings, but flawless, absolutely flawless.
I mean, that's what O'Brien says here, Dennis. I'm happy for the win, but for me, I hope this helps a lot for the team's morale. Absolutely. Duzek says massive game against Newcastle, and I like what you're saying. We need to get 2 wins in a row, get some momentum. If we can get a clean sheet and score 3 more, we can get some momentum going. Absolutely. Jean Rene says, big up Grizz, didn't see the game, but what a statement. Yeah, look, I'm not about statements, man. I don't really care too much for them because the nature of the league is crazy. Like you can lose one, you can draw one, get 1 game weekend, you can win 9. Well, it's madness. Like if Palace held on 2-0 up, that would have been 2 draws for Man City. Statement or no statement. From our point, it's 3 points at the end of the day. As we said, 100% a morale booster, especially as we're going to get into some of the performances and in terms of the youngsters scoring and getting off the mark. I mean, that was great to see. I think both of our wishes was, even though I didn't speak to you during the game, I'm pretty sure both would have asked why to see a Fabio or an Elliot goal, or both, as the case was.
Both were very well taken as well. I think
very well taken.
Just that Harvey Elliott 45 minutes, he was absolutely everywhere, man. Absolutely, he ran the show. He was the conductor. He was everything, driving. Just everything was flowing through him. And to think that this vastly experienced Liverpool team was almost being played through a 19-year-old for a whole half and was dominating through that 19-year-old. It just shows how good the guy is. And that goal, I really hope, because what we wanted from Elliot and Carvalho, we wanted a goal, right? So we can now hope that goal kickstarts the season for them. And like in terms of goals, I think they both performed well so far. Actually, like really, like maybe our two standout players like in that sort of area in the pitch so far. But now we want to see the output because I think that's a concern. Like people have like, can they take it to the next level? Yeah, they can show glimmers of brilliance, whatever. But now we need the output because football at the end of the day, it's numbers. You score more goals than the team, and you need players to contribute. And look, Elliot, he was getting closer and closer. Could have scored against Palace, but he scored here, mate. What a goal!
No, absolutely. Look, I say let's not waste any time and let's get into it straight away. Um, as usual, we start off with the goalkeeper, Allison. It was imperative. What Avi was saying, it's imperative we keep a clean sheet. Once it was 7-0, 6-0 at the time, I was like, I don't care. But just again, just for confidence and morale boosting, I wanted Virgil. And I wanted all of them to have good games, and obviously we're going to get into the rest of them. But Allison, how do we give Allison a rating in a game like this?
With Allison, it's been the same thing all season. He's been just like average. Like he's made a couple, like he's had to make a couple big saves. He's not really made a mistake for a goal this season. Today really didn't do anything. I think we've given him like 6 the whole time, like in every game so far. So I feel like his one thing that Allison does well is when his distribution is good, it's really good. And like it's not just with the feet, like the way he sets attacks up, like throwing it out wide to Trent or Robertson, like he really gets the momentum going from the back, which is a really underrated thing. But yeah, he really did nothing. I think
I guess we can't. I guess 6. I guess we can't argue with that, then, innit? Because if that's what we base it.
Yeah, he didn't do much. Like I think like in the 85th minute or something, he like caught a ball and like, the whole crowd like just cheered because like he'd really done nothing. So for me, it's 6.
Yeah, go on. I think that's probably the easiest, or not easiest, but yeah, one to get out of the way, nice and simple. Like not much to do there. Which way do you want to go next?
I'll go right to left. So
go on
Trent.
then.
Trent, very good. Well, what a goal! Goal of the day, me. And you just want to. Yeah, go on.
Steven Gerrard-esque. Finally, he's been trying that. So close, so many times.
You just want to see Trent do that more because you know he has the technique. And it's harsh of us to like expect that from him. Like I remember when he scored against Newcastle. When he shoots like that, he makes it look so easy. Like he just flies into the top corner. But yeah, defensively, he maybe had a couple things to do. I thought he was very composed at the back. But yeah, I'd give him an 8. He played the cross in for Diaz for the own goal. I know it doesn't go down as an assist. Played for Carvalho's goal, the long diagonal to Simicast. So yeah, I'd really be having him as an 8, to be honest. Didn't really have to do much defensively, but going forward, it's the Trent we know.
Yeah, look, he didn't make any mistakes. His passing was crisp. Topped it off. The cherry on the cake, pardon the pun. People are saying 8. I guess 8 is. I guess the fact that it's Bournemouth and not much coming the other way, maybe 8. Maybe that's the only reason he doesn't get a 9 for me. What do you think? That because it was Bournemouth, he didn't have much to do.
Yeah. I think 9s and 10. Yeah, he really wasn't challenged. So I think the goal, there's sort of standout moments for the goal, the sort of cross for the own goal, and the diagonal to Simicast for Carvalho's goal.
Yeah.
So for me, I'd give that.
Basically, me and Blue Chip started doing halves the other day. So when you put it in the middle of the two numbers, that counts as a half. Do you want to give him 8.5 then?
Yeah, I'll be happy.
Because he's a fullback. Because he's a fullback, right? And he scored a thunder bastard. And he's got the assist for the own goal. So that's a goal and assist and a clean sheet.
Oops. No.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
eight and a
happy with
half all right, people?
that. I
Let us
haven't.
know in the chat. 8.5. Yeah, look, that's what we're saying. And it was Bournemouth. He didn't have much to do the other way around. We controlled him and compressed him and just didn't lead them out. So I think 8.5.
Yeah, I think there's
Go
like
on.
parameters. Like there's sort of like a 10 for Trent is like that sort of performance we saw. Remember against Leicester when we were cruising at their stadium when we won the league, and then like 9 maybe if he got another assist or something. But yeah, 8.5. Like yeah, he was the Trent we know, which is that world class right back.
Absolutely. But you know what this does, isn't it? When he plays like this and when he scores a goal like this, whatever, all the questions come back, don't they, about shall we play him in midfield?
Yeah,
We've lost Toma, I think.
like to see Trent in midfield for.
You're back. You're gone.
Yeah, sorry. Was it Abby that was saying he'd like to see
Yeah.
this game before? And I was low key because I was so in the heat of the moment. I was like so frustrated. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, but it just shows what a bit of thought does, and him doing what he does at right back makes us think. I actually think this makes his case to be right back even stronger because I think there was a comment about him being a bit wider today. He did feel like he was maybe in those crossing positions a bit more. He didn't. He went infield, but he didn't go infield as much.
I thought
It
he
was
was quite. I thought he was quite all over the place. You know that, in terms of his movement was magnificent today.
yeah. At times, yeah. I agree. It's not. That's his game, isn't it?
That's his
Like,
game now. He's developing. Yeah.
um, yeah. Go on.
No, that's it. So yeah, look, it was good that he kept a clean sheet. Goal and assist from a fullback. It's like normal for Trent, but that's quite unique for fullbacks. Do you know what I mean? I think it's just underplayed. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy with 8.5 for him because the fact that it was the only thing stopping it from being a 9 was the fact that it's Bournemouth and they didn't have any much threat.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Joe Gomez?
You didn't really have to do much, but I
No.
thought what he had to do was good. It was you never felt insecure with him, and there was that one moment where he like was a bit too relaxed at the back, where I think Christie tried to nick in, but he dealt with it. But yeah, he didn't really have much to do, so I'd probably give him like a 7.5. I don't know about you.
Yeah. I would have thought 7.5 stroke 8. I think it was pretty strong, pretty quick. We played a ridiculously high line today, like we really compressed them in there.
Yeah.
And his passing was crisp. I don't know the stats of his passing, top of my head. If anybody knows his pass completion rate, I'm happy to give him an 8. You know, Holmes. I don't know. People in
I
the chat seeming to say 9, 8. Okay, look at that.
I would be happy to 7.5 it just because again it's the whole Bournemouth thing. I don't think he was particularly challenged. Um, yeah, Damien says it looked like the old Gomez to me. Give him a run of 5 games and it'll be his spot for the others to challenge. I agree. If we go on a run, we know what Klopp's like. He likes like that consistency at centre back next to Van Dijk. But okay, if you want to give him an 8, I am happy to give him an 8. I think he didn't really put a foot wrong, and I know people say it's Bournemouth, but it's still Premier League opposition. Like you have to be playing at a seriously high level to make it look that easy. And I think sometimes when this is the key thing, when football looks easy, you think, oh, the opposition aren't like that good. And yeah, Bournemouth weren't that good, but equally like Gomez and Van Dijk were on it today. They were on it.
Chris says he did cover for Trent a lot. To be honest with you, Trent was given the freedom of that side. Let's give him an 8.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's give him an 8. He's one of our favourites anyway. We like him, and he's been through a lot. And he's a. If we're not going to give him a high rating when we've won 9-0, when are we going to give him a rating? Do you know what I mean?
Should we do VVD?
Yep.
I'll probably say
thought he was immaculate.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 8.59 region.
So am I.
I think aerially that presence in the box when he and you know how you're like your one criticism maybe of him is that he doesn't like defending today. I did see him compete for a lot more headers. I think he more maybe like he did look like he was maybe a bit rattled from like the outcome, the criticism.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's good.
Yeah. You want that. You want a bit of that fire in the belly. Do you know what I mean? So I'd be happy with a 9. To be honest, I agree. Immaculate.
The only thing that's stopping our defenders from getting that kind of thing is the fact that it was Bournemouth. So I'm ready to give him exactly what Khalid says. Same as Trent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both scored a goal. Both all.
Exactly.
Robbo.
I think Robertson gets the lowest out of the thing for missing that header and not getting on the goal scoring charts.
Yeah, that's true. Although he got the assist for Van Dijk.
Oh shit, he did.
He got so for Firmino's second, was it? He like had that cross shot.
Yeah, and he did press really well. So many times he was like the energy bunny again, running around.
Robertson, when we know he's playing well, he drives like through the pitch. We haven't seen that from him, but he was really taking it on, like really stepping inside, trusting himself a bit more. I'm still.
I think 8. I think 8.
Yeah,
just 8.
I still think there are elements where he is a bit sloppy with the ball, but it is Robertson, so he's. Where is he though? Where is this?
I think 8 is fine for him.
Yeah, let's see. Robbo. There we go. Nice. All right.
Fabinho. He upped his game.
He did.
He was much more like the Fabinho that we know, where he didn't let them have any counters on us. Snappy in the tackle. He was snappy in the tackle. That pass to Salah should have resulted in a goal where Salah took the ball down and should have scored. Fabinho was back to his best as far as I'm concerned today. That's what people are seeming to say as well.
I think with Fabinho, again, it's similar. It is Bournemouth, but he did have that sort of bite in him. He was being aggressive with people. He was actually on the ball, zipping it around a bit more. So yeah, I would have Fabinho. I'd probably give him an 8 as well. I think he really set the platform in that midfield, and yeah, he got 90 minutes under his belt, and it's we're going to probably say it for a lot of the lads. I think a confidence boost, a big morale boost, and it's needed. So thank you, Bournemouth and Scott Parker.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, look, I'm not going to argue with him. 8, keep it moving. I'm happy to give him an
8. Right,
Skipper
again. In and around like the attacking phases of play, I think he moved the ball quickly. I think when we see Henderson at his best, it's not just his intensity around the pitch; it's the fact that he does the simple things very sharply and very quickly. So like he'll play 1-2s in and off players, move the ball around, and he had the time to do that. I think he didn't really do anything special, I would say. So,
I enjoyed a couple of his passing. I'm not going to lie. He done one with his left foot over to, I think it might have been Elliott on the right wing. A couple with his right foot. I thought he was energetic, going around the place, pressing back to his energetic best. A position that he's not familiar with that much, playing in the left 8. I'm ready to give him another 8 along with Fabinho.
Yeah, I would probably maybe 7.5 just because he didn't really play much. I think he played about 55, 60 minutes.
Okay.
I would I would probably give him a 7.5, but I'm happy with an 8.
What do you think, guys?
I'm 7 to 7.5.
Yeah, I don't agree with this, mate. I literally don't agree with this. Nah, you can't say he looked off the pace. He didn't. He really didn't. He set the pace. Absolutely.
I do agree
Yes.
with that. I mean, what we do understand though is in that left hand side of midfield, it maybe looks a bit unnatural for him. I think
Mhm.
someone like Thiago, he's very clever with the way he moves his feet. He's able to flip it back sort of infield. Henderson
Mhm.
maybe didn't really want to go down on his left foot as much, so it almost closed the angle off for him. So maybe that's something, if he's playing there for a few weeks, something he can sort of pick up and just look at the likes of Keita and Thiago who play that role.
I'll let you decide this one.
I'll give him 7.5. Definitely, I'm seeing 5s and 6s, like gender aside for a second. Like, he set the tempo, but I think maybe not quite an 8 just because he didn't play the whole 90. So
Cool.
I don't know if you're happy with 7.
No, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
There. Oh man. Now this is one man who's not going to suffer from only playing a short time.
Go on.
For me, that first half performance was a 9. Well, I think overall, yeah, I would say it was a 9. He was the best player on the pitch in the first half, and that's massive with him being 19, and it's massive for like our sort of concerns around the midfield. I know we want a midfielder, and it rightly so, and we'll have this conversation throughout the season, I imagine. But I think a lot of the concern also was about the likes of Elliott and Carvalho. Could they step up to the plate? Perfect game, perfect performance for them to show that, yeah, they can be very useful. There's a lot that now we need to see the consistency. Now we need to see regular output, goals, assists, not crazy numbers, but just keep that impact. And if you keep that impact, the goals and assists will come. So yeah, for me, I'll give him a 9.
No arguments. Absolutely straight 9. Straight in there. Thought 4 games in, very much like 4 games in last season. And for me, he's the outstanding player of our season. And wow, what does that say for a kid? Literally a kid. I thought Harvey Elliott. Excuse me. I thought Harvey Elliott was magnificent. And his finish was so calmness personified. Mohamed Salah scores that, and we talk about how cool it is. Riyad Mahrez scores that, and we think, we talk about, wax lyrical about it, someone like Saka scores that, and we can't stop talking about it. Harvey Elliott, straight number 9 for me. Absolutely brilliant performance. No, nothing wrong with him. We're just absolutely taking, no risks. We don't need to play him. He's been playing every single game. Do you know what I mean? Chance to bring on his mate Fabio, which I guess we're going to talk on in a little while. Let's get Mohamed Salah out of the way. We normally leave him to last.
That miss was ridiculous. It was harder to miss. It was genuinely harder to miss.
It was.
And Klopp was going on about how he's found a right foot over summer. Use your right foot, man. Like, literally use your right foot. Like,
he did, didn't he? Didn't he do it? Didn't he do it with his right foot?
He like tried to like kick it in with his left foot, but it was at a really weird angle. What he was looking for was just like decent contact. So I mean, again, that just shows Elliott in that move. That was the move of the game, right? I think it was Elliott to Diaz to Firmino, back to Elliott.
Elliott turns up on the right wing, left wing. Like how? That's what I mean about his positional play was excellent.
It would have been incredible. An incredible goal, but yeah, missed a few chances. Snatched up one.
I think he's gone again.
Because to be fair, what I do like is every goal that was scored, every sort of miss that he had. It's not the Salah. It's not the selfish Salah that's snarling. That's whatever. He was there, happy, smiling. He was happy the team were doing well, and that's really important.
He was.
basically like a sort of, he's almost like a father figure now for like, now Mane's gone in that sort of forward line. He's the like experienced guy that really is there. I mean, Firmino, like he's older than him, but he's a kid, really, isn't he? He acts like a child. Salah's that sort of like presence. He is a presence. He's one of the biggest presence at the club, and yeah, you can see like how much people like Elliot, Carvalho, all these guys respect him, and he was genuinely happy for them, and I really like that. I think it just shows it's really harsh to like just constantly label him as selfish or whatever. Because he's not a selfish person. He's not a selfish footballer, and yeah, the goals will come, man. It's annoying Haaland scored a hat trick today.
That's the problem. He's going, yeah.
I know a lot of FPL managers will be sad, including me, but yeah.
I'm giving him straight 7.
Yeah.
Is that what you was thinking?
Yeah. He created a few chances. He was dangerous, but yeah, 7. I will give him a 7.
Cool.
And it's nice seeing us score that many goals without him actually scoring a goal. So,
but the goals will come.
Yeah. He's the main man. So there's no worry about his goal scoring. So yeah, 7. Should we do Diaz?
Yep.
2 goals, brilliant header. Looked offside, but brilliant header. The second 2 headers. 2 headers. Damn.
Yeah. I think he's so important that he scored the first goal. Do you know how many times we speak about sort of getting that first goal?
Yeah.
How important it is, and how we spoke about Sadio Mane, how often he got the first goal.
Diogo Jota as well.
I thought this was his best game. He continued where he left off in that second half of Palace, I guess. We won't talk about the Man United performance. 9 for me.
Yeah, 2 goals. Was a threat.
His work rate was insane.
That's him though, isn't it?
Insane work rate.
It's Suarez-esque work rate. Now,
attitude, that desire, yeah, he's got so many traits of that. Winning the ball back, nicking the ball back, loved it.
Now, if his talent can stay consistent, boy, we're looking at another love story with another South American, because wow, like he has everything. He's got that dog in him, and so yeah, I've got no complaints about the 9.
Cool.
There he is. Bobby.
Wow. Yeah, huge pressure. So many moans and groans and complaints about his performance last time, including me. I
love that stat.
Wow. People are calling for straight 10.
Okay, so I know you got 3 assists. You got 2 goals and 3 assists. Damn, like when you look, you can't really argue them stats. 2 of the assists were like,
one was a miscontrol.
And the other was
tap in, and then he passed it sideways, and then Trent just blasted it.
Yeah. So the Busquets assist at the Bernabeu when Messi like dribbles past everyone, and Busquets does it, gave me that sort of vibes. But
I mean, everyone's calling it
the
10.
Were saying, actually, Liverpool. It's the famous old saying: when Bobby Firmino's playing well, Liverpool play well, and it looked like that today. It looked like we were running it back. I would 9.5 it. I think if you take away those 2, basically nothing assists, get to tap in. But this is what we want, right, Grizz? We want our number 9 to be in the box. Where were his 2 goals today? In the 6-yard box.
Absolutely.
We don't want Bobby Firmino Well,
He
you
missed.
know,
He just missed a chance just before he scored, and turn around to Avi. I said Jota would have scored there. He would have run. He would have run that half a second before. He would have had the goal scoring instinct where he just missed the ball, and then lo and behold, a few minutes later, he scores a goal scorer's goal.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
We're giving our first 10 of rating debate.
I mean, 3 assists and 2 goals. What more would you want? Especially after the abuse that he got last game, you got to remember he was under pressure to perform. People speaking about how he hasn't scored in how many games at home? It was a record amount of games.
He hasn't scored since 2020 at home.
Let's give him a 10. Everyone's saying 10.
Like London buses, when one comes, the other follows soon after. Yeah, let's give him a 10, man. What a man.
I say let's do it, man. Let's do it. Bobby's our man. Come on.
He run it back. That was 17-18 Bobby, and I loved it. So yeah,
exactly.
We'll give it to him.
The subs.
Yeah. Well, guys, smash a like first of all for our first 10 of rating debate. Like realistically, the first few games, me and Grizz have been looking at like
this number. We didn't even have anything above there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've got anyone maybe above 8. So we've got anyone at 8. I don't think we've ever had an 8. So yeah, Sleeping Dragon. Yeah. Carvalho, I think the first sub.
I wanted him to score, and what a fantastic score! He's one of those that he's got that ability to score that goal. How much goal again is going to make people remind? Well, not that anyone's forgotten, but the comparison to Phil Coutinho again, hey.
He played in that position as well, that sort of left central midfield. You know,
he was everywhere. He was everywhere for a little while. He was on the right wing as well, and they put Mohamed Salah through the middle.
There was that little moment where he had that. You could see he had that sort of like Portuguese in him, where he was injured and he got straight back up.
Did you see that? That made me laugh.
I was like, yeah. I was like, you're not injured, man. He was trying it, but the goal
actually made me laugh.
If you think about it, that goal has been coming because against Fulham, he hit a volley that just went over. Against Palace, same thing, hit a volley that just went wide.
Mm-hmm.
This time, made no mistake about it. I trust this guy's technique so much. Like you can tell he hits a ball cleanly, and I love that from a youngster because like you've had youngsters in the past, like amazing talents. Raheem Sterling, man, like he could never kick a ball properly. Shoot a ball.
Yeah, 100%.
So he hits
people saying that Harvey Elliott came off. Well, David Lynch has said Harvey Elliott was withdrawn due to a minor injury concern, but Jurgen Klopp says Liverpool showed extra caution because of the scoreline, and post-match checks have shown up no issue, which is great news.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah. What do you want to give Carvalho then? 8, 7.5, 8.
Yeah, let's give him an 8. First goal at Anfield, in front of the clock. Let's give him an 8. Who else?
Jimmy Milner came on, done his job.
Yeah.
Steady Eddie.
7.
6.
6, yeah.
If he scored that at the end, it would have been 7.
Yeah.
Well, it was a cross, but no need to fuss about him. Never lets you down. Does his whatever he needs to do. Simicas
got the assist for Diaz.
Yeah.
Didn't really do much after, but I reckon for the assist, maybe give him a 6.5, 7.
Yeah. 6.5.
Yeah, it's great seeing both our left backs actually getting assists as well. So it will.
Was there anyone else? Oh, Bejitic. Don't know if you probably haven't got him.
Yeah, I know. I put him and Bobby Clark in actually. Bobby Clark came on, didn't he?
Yeah, let's just give them. I thought Bejitic got stuck in.
I'll give Bejitic a 6.5 and Clark a 6.
Yeah, just for the vibes.
Clark's one of those classic ones where he's like NA, like he came on, bless him.
Yeah, nah.
We'll give Bejitic. I've got Klopp in as well. How would you rate that?
Yeah, he needed this, didn't he? He needed this. He wasn't overjoyed kind of thing. So would you want to give him solid It was only Bournemouth, and I get all that. Huh? I say 8.
I was gonna give him a 9. That is the joint highest score in Premier League history. Like,
No, I get that, but it was Bournemouth. They didn't really give us much to think about or any formation. I don't know.
Guys, you are right. Tsimikas did actually get 2 assists.
Do you want to give him 7 then? Along
Yeah,
with Mo?
yeah.
Fair enough.
As well.
Fair enough.
Diaz. There, 3 assists from them. The 2 left backs. Yeah, Klopp. Maybe should we meet halfway at 8.5?
Yeah, go on. 8.5.
Yes. I'm just happy.
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
Are you relieved? Is it more relief, or is it more like you're genuinely happy? Because it's more.
No, it's relief. It's relief for me. We needed to get going, and it's possible the best way to get going. So for me, it's just relief. Really happy with that. But guys, you can imagine I'm really knackered. I've got a call-in show to come as well. So that's why me and Ohms thought we make this a quick one. And it's pretty straightforward. Thank God the ratings are more near the upper echelons of the tier list as opposed to last week where we were struggling to give everyone anything above a 4.
You guys are going to ask us to start rating the assistant coaches.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Referees.
Rate us a 4. Yeah, allow it, Imran. Do you know what I mean? Support, But guys, this has been the Rate and Debate Show. Thank you very much for your support. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. I'll be back with Bilal for the call-in show starting at 7:30, and we'll hope to catch up then. Until then, over and out. Take care.
Hey guys, have a good one.